Welcome to Raw Talk. Again, I'm a day late from when I would normally do this because this is Wednesday. But you know what? I've been doing some real life stuff. I've been working on my lawn and stuff like that. I've been spending, like, I'm not even exaggerating, up to almost like 8 to 10 hours a day to thatching, earthing, seeding. It's insane. Let's get to this. Chances are, as I've said before, you've already seen the show. Very few people watch my recaps and actually don't watch the wrestling, but they appreciate these videos because they like being kept in the loop kind of thing. And I talk about all the little details behind the scenes that you won't get at the WWE website. I'm out of breath, sorry. I just sat down for the first time today. I got my silver bullet, my good old Diet Pepsi. Patrick Mahomes, Logan Paul, Judgment Day, chit chat outside the arena. They're all like, yo, bro, it's good. You know, that kind of thing. And then champ Becky Lynch opened up the show with a promo. Spoke about taking it 2 years to get a title back, wanting to defend it against the best. And then Liv Morgan came out. So did Nia Jax. Both wanting to claim their stake at becoming a champ, obviously. Liv will face Nia tonight. Nia got drafted to SmackDown. Liv says, and I quote, of course, and I can't mimic her voice, "You're only champion." No, I'm not going to do that. You're only champion because of me. Which is true. Because if it wasn't for Liv attacking Rhea, well, from a scripted perspective, right? Because Rhea Ripley actually has a real injury. They just scripted that. But anyways, from a scripted perspective, that's true. But then Liv lost to Becky. But Liv still has a point. Had I not taken out Rhea Ripley, you lost your shot at Mania. Anyway, so this was nice. Like I said, I thought Liv Morgan was kind of going heel, but she isn't. She's still high-fiving the fans. And I appreciate that. Like I said, I do like her. I think she's a great competitor. She's not awkward. Definitely up there. One of the top women in this promotion, in my opinion, as is Becky, of course. Rhea being my favorite, and Charlotte, you know, they all fall into that lump, that small group that I really, really appreciate. Stephanie McMahon came out for the WWE Oh, see, that didn't even show that here. Stephanie McMahon came out for the WWE draft. Raw has Gunther and Ludwig. There was no sign of Giovanni tonight. Really curious to see what's going to happen with him. Damage Control. SmackDown has Jade Cargill and Kevin Owens. Gunther versus Xavier Woods. Where is this match? I'm so confused. Oh, there. Doesn't even show it. Whatever. There's like literally no video for it. So anyways, Gunther versus Xavier Woods, a very dominant win by Gunther by a very nice submission. Practically snapped Xavier Woods in half. Get it? Woods broke the wood in half. No? That's why my comedic career never came to fruition. No interference again from Ludwig Kaiser. My goodness. It was a clean win. I'm distracted. I gotta scroll that down a bit. Okay. What else did we have there? Backstage, Kelly Kathy? Backstage interview with Jey Uso. Being happy he got a world title match coming up. Logan Paul. There we go. I show speed. WWE Draft. Raw has CM Punk. Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman is back. SmackDown has The Pride, which is the Street Profits, B-Fab and Bobby Lashley. And Tiffy Time. What I really liked about this, because I don't know who, I mean, I know who he is now, I show speed. He showed something cool too. I really liked how he was like, yeah, you know, being like kind of heel like Logan Paul. He's like high-fiving everybody, even if he's yelling at them, because he understands it's, you know, if people want to high-five you, they appreciate you, right? You're not going to want a wrestler, a performer of any sport or whatever. You're not going to want to high-five them if you don't like them. So I show speed like, hey, you know, these are fans. If they're like, hey, what's up? And the fact that he still did that, I don't know, I talk about that a lot, don't I? But to me, it's a big deal, and I really appreciated that for my show speed. They came to the ring. They were yelling. Oh, yeah, yelling at some rings. Yeah. Jey Uso came out for his promo. Finn Balor, JD McNugget came out, beat down on Jay. And then that's when Braun Strowman came out to help even out the odds. Now, Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City Chief quarterback. I don't know a lot about football. I love football, but I'm not going to pretend like I know a lot. But he's really good. He's got 3, Super Bowl rings. Logan borrowed them, smacked JD in the face, and it was real. Like, he's got real... Like, if you go on his Twitter, you can see marks all over his face. He's like... That was some real stuff right there. I'm really glad to see Braun back. I really, really like Braun Strowman. I've always liked him. I think he's just a great guy. He's not just, oh, look at me, I'm a monster, and that's it. Like, he's actually... I think he's pretty good. He's very impressive. Anyways, enough kissing his ass. Backstage, Chad Gable did business with R-Truth. 1 now, 2 later for a match. Sammy lays out Chad with a haluva kick all backstage, which was just funny, just the way it happened, like, really quickly. And then backstage, Drew and Booker T run into each other as Booker T was sharing his thoughts on the draft. Drew didn't attack Booker, but he wasn't impressed with him. And we had Sammy versus Bronson, which is a great match until Gable here, as you could see, assaulted Sammy, ruining the match for Bronson as well. Bronson still tsunami'd Sammy. JBL and Ron Simmons did the draft. Raw, LWO, including Carlito. I don't know why I do that, but there it is. Drew McIntyre as well. And on SmackDown, Shinsuke and Santos with Legato del Fantasma. Drew comes out wondering why he's 3rd in the round pick. 3rd pick? What? And I'm like, doesn't matter what round you're picked in. CM Punk's music plays. He's way up there in the bleachers, like in a suite. Calls Drew a little bitch. And he's like, I'm not at home. I'm right up here, bitch. He was like, oh, snap. Backstage, Alpha Academy and Chad yelling at everyone like a jackass. It's so dumb because why does an Alpha Academy just tell him to piss off? Like, seriously, it just makes no sense. Backstage, Kathy, interview with Braun Breaker, being happy he's on Raw. Sheamus looking the brawling brute gimmick with the little hat, the little jacket and all that, chats up Braun while crazy Drew walks by still looking for CM Punk. Maxine versus Candice. There we have it here. So I thought this was actually a pretty decent match. Was surprised by a few moves from Maxine. She looked a little bit more comfortable. And I know I've been dunking on her hard because with all due respect, it's like safety is paramount when it comes to performers. And she's not in NXT. She never like climbed her way, you know. Like neither did Logan Paul, but look at Logan Paul, right? Look at even Ronda Rousey when she went from MMA to WWE. She did phenomenal. At least I thought she did phenomenal. Maxine, it was like, okay, so this is just not your strong point right now, but they wanted to work on her, have her have some matches. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I was very harsh because I was like, man, you can't be botching too much. You can't be a Nia Jax or a Brie Bella. Like you can't do that. You gotta be a Nikki Bella. Okay. So this was nice, was my point. I was like, okay, I'm very impressed. But then Indy Hartwell interfered. Maxine lost again to such a silly move that barely looked like it had any impact. So when she was actually looking strong and believable, they just made her look so weak in that match at the end. I was like, really? That's all it took? That's just my opinion. So close to actually having her have like an actual dominant win and it be believable. That's why I was upset with that. Well, maybe upset's not the right word. Backstage, Rey Mysterio and LWO chat about... Getting a lot of distractions this week. Backstage, Rey Mysterio and LWO chat about being happy, being on Raw, mixed emotions about Carlito, betrayal. And then Dirty Dom shows up and Rey Mysterio's like, hey, Dirty Sanchez, what's that thing on your face? Just like The Rock calling out Cody Rhodes years ago, 11 years ago or so. And saying, what is that, a dead caterpillar on your face? On your lip? Drew looking for CM Punk in the suite. And then CM Punk is in the ring. Nice little quick promo about being excited to be cleared and take on Drew and make his life a living nightmare. Teddy Long. Raw WWE Draft with JBL. Ilya Dragunov. I butchered his name, I'm sorry. I saw him once when he came to Raw or SmackDown. He has been officially drafted. He's so good. Oh my God. So Raw has that from NXT. SmackDown has Naomi. Love Naomi. And Chelsea and Piper Green. They're like a cool combo, like I said. And I do appreciate them. Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax. Nice little match. Naomi attacks Tiffy. At ringside, they were doing their own thing, but then Liv picks up the win. So this was nice. Dudley Boys with the WWE... Whoops. Dudley Boys. WWE Draft. Raw has New Day. Lyra Valkyria from NXT, I assume, because I don't know who she is. And then SmackDown has Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell, and Pretty Deadly. Awesome Truth versus Tawaza and Otis of the Alpha Academy. Nice match, and Awesome Truth retained the titles. There was also a thing backstage. I don't remember when it happened. But he was like, there's a draft. We could be drafted to the NFL. And it's like, no, they have their own draft. This is the WWE draft. Didn't you know that, Truth? Miz was saying, right? And then Truth is like, well, I know that now. It's just, it never ends. It never ends. I just, oh man, it makes me smile. It really does. I'm just so happy for those two. Really, really cool. Backstage, Judgment Day Damien says, stay out of my business. And JD looks like a mess from those 3-ring punches. This looked a lot less like he was dunking on JD, like, I don't need you, you need me. It was more about, like, I don't need your help to pick up a win. I think some stuff's going to go on there eventually. Backstage, Becky Lynch congratulates Liv Morgan, and then Damage Control just walk by and, don't touch my title, Becky said. WWE Draft. Raw has the final testament. Bronson Reed. SmackDown has DIY and Blair Davenport. I'm assuming again from NXT. 6-man tag, Jey Uso and Andrade with Ricochet. They won. This was nice versus the Judgment Day. Another little goofy screw up with JD and Damien being pissed off. This is eventually going to lead to something. I don't know what that something is, but it's going to be something. And all in all, I was content. I would have loved to have seen a Giovanni Vinci. You know? I would have loved to have seen that. La comida muy buena. But he wasn't there. He is Italian, by the way. But anyways, I think he is. Yeah. That's enough talking. How much? I could just look. Under 15 minutes. Actually, it's under 14. Okay, quick. Thumbs up if you liked the video. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm and making me more relevant in the search results when people are looking stuff up. And yeah, if you didn't like the video, thumbs down. And I'll bend it in half. I'll twist it. And I'll give you a solo Sokoan spike. Right where the sun don't shine. In Candy-Ass Lane. Get it? I don't want to have to explain it. And if you want to subscribe, exactly. And if not, that's okay. Thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. And maybe if I'm lucky, I'll see some of you in the next one. I went to snap my finger, but it was really grippy, and I kind of twisted my thumb. Oh, man. All right. Bye for now.